Are you as smart as this guy? Let's watch these 2 points and then we'll analyze them.
Too good.
Get down there.
All right, so this is Mr. Overhead versus the grinder on the other side of the court. The grinder is actually Brett coming to the net there, and he owns this channel, Tennis Tunes. So thank you, Brett, for allowing me to analyze your videos and share them on 2 Minute Tennis. So here we have Mr. Overhead presented with a decision. What should he do with this ball? Now, typically what I see is recreational players go for passing shots or they go for lobs. But really, you could just put that in you're going to avoid the opponent, right? It's like, I can't let them touch the ball. But actually, what Mr. Overhead does is he involves Brett in the point. Watch how he just forces him to hit a low volley. This is the goal when your opponent is coming to the net. You want to hit the ball low to the opponent. You can do that by aiming pretty low over the net. You can do that by not hitting the ball very hard and a little softer than maybe you normally do and allowing gravity to bring that ball down. You can put spin on the ball like top spin that'll pull the ball down. But it doesn't matter what you do, the end result must give you this. This is what you're looking for. Notice Mr. Overhead basically hit it right to Brett. Wasn't scared of him at all. Just wanted him to have to hit a low volley. The reason you want to give your opponents half volleys or low volleys is the ball must go up. And when the ball goes up off their racket, that's good for you. When Mr. Overhead did this and he got Brett to hit a low volley, right then and there, Mr. Overhead is going to win the point 50% of the time, meaning Brett is going to miss those low volleys and half volleys, yes, 50% of the time. Rec players do not like low volleys. We might think they're fun to hit, but they're not easy to execute. You'll also notice that Mr. Overhead, after he hits this low ball, watch how he moves forward up toward the baseline. He's anticipating a weaker ball that comes over the net, so he wants to move forward so he can run down that shot. So again, watch Mr. Overhead go forward. Now we look at the very next point. Brett likes to come forward. He doesn't look like a grinder right now, right? He looks like an all-court player coming to the net. So now the Mr. Overhead has a decision to make again. Is he going to go for the pass? Is he going to go for this ripped topspin lob up over Brett's head? Or is he just going to give Brett a low volley? And look, Brett's got the low volley again, and he ends up hitting it out. Let's check to see if Mr. Overhead moved forward. So let's watch. Mr. Overhead hits the ball to the feet, and look how he's running forward, and he's actually inside the baseline here with his foot. He's way behind the baseline, but he's moving forward, anticipating, well, what if a ball is hit short? He wants to come in and then be able to go for the pass on the second shot. Now, I do want to help you, Brett, with your low volleys, and I want to show you something that's going on with your low volley technique that's hurting your ability to be consistent. So when we go to the contact, let's check out the contact right there. There's the contact. So that's where the ball is arriving. Okay. That's where Mr. Overhead's ball is arriving, and that's where contact is being made. Brett, I want you to notice the way your racket travels to get there. Your racket's going up and then down. Watch this. The racket goes up and then down. That's not the way you want to move your racket on a low volley. On a low volley, you want to move directly to where the ball is going to arrive. It's kind of like a spoke on a wheel, right? Here's the center of the wheel, and you got spokes, right? Well, the shortest distance to the wheel from the center is along one of those spokes, right? So when you're in your ready position and the ball is going to be down here, it's not the shortest distance to go up and then down. It's kind of like the tire, right? Or the wheel. You want to go directly to wherever the ball is going to arrive. So if the ball is here, you don't go this way to get there. And if the ball is down here, you don't go this way to get there. It takes too long. In addition, when you set your racket up at head level and then contact the ball down at your knees, you end up chopping and putting a lot of backspin on the ball. That makes the ball float. And then when you did go for this angle, which isn't super smart with a low volley anyway, but when you have a low ball and you chop it, we know that backspin makes the ball float. So, you look at this and say, oh, I missed wide. You didn't really miss wide. You missed long, because if your ball had landed shorter, it would have landed in. But because it carried too far, it ended up landing out. So we want to understand that this was actually not a volley that you missed wide of your target. It was a volley that you missed long of your target. And that's because you set the racket above the ball and then chopped. Let's look at the backhand volley that you missed. You're coming in. Here's Brett. By the way, let's look at a split step, perfectly timed split step. You always want to land the split step after your opponent hits the ball. And there's about contact right there. Split step should happen around 0.2 to 0.25 seconds after the opponent contacts. So let's check out when he lands the split. Look at that, 0.26, perfect. That's what you want. Synchronizes your head and your reaction time with when your feet hit the ground. So very nice job there, Brett. Notice where you're contacting. You're contacting at your shins, right? At shin height, just below the knee. But watch the way your racket travels. Your racket goes up to head level in order to chop down. That puts a ton of backspin on the ball. That's why your racket slammed against the ground. Now the ball's got all of that backspin. So now the ball's going up off your racket with backspin, and that's what made the ball carry and go out. So on this volley, you want to realize the ball is going to arrive right there. So you go in a direct line down to where the ball is going to be, and then you can volley forward and up, putting a lot less backspin on the ball. The ball will not carry. It'll be easier to control the depth and direction of your shot. Now, if you're tired of lugging around your old and outdated ball machine, then just make your tennis friends jealous and get the Proton Ball Machine by Hydrogen Sports. And right now you can get free shipping in the USA when you use my link. It's in the description. You'll find it in the first comment. You'll also see it on the screen at the end of this video. The Proton is fully programmable using its intuitive app. In fact, you control it using your smartphone or watch. It holds up to 100 balls and weighs less than 20 pounds. To see how truly amazing this ball machine is, and to get free shipping when you order one, be sure to use my link. Now, before I share that link with you, if you're looking for new practice partners in your local area, maybe you want to find stronger singles and doubles opponents to play against, or you want to find a great coach who's close to you who can help you with your game, then check out PlayYourCourt. It's a database of players and coaches in your local area who you can contact today and start playing more tennis. I've put their link in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the first comment. Check out PlayYourCourt. You're going to love it. So click right there to check out the Proton Ball Machine. And with that link, you're given a coupon code for free shipping. When your opponent comes to the net, make them hit a low volley and quickly move forward into the court. If you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2MinuteTennis.net. You got this.